So you said that 2026 was going to be the year that you lock in and show up consistently online, but last time I checked, it is now February 18th, and if you have yet to do so, if you have yet to lock in, then this video is for you because I am going to break down 3 tips that I have for getting to a point where you can be courageous enough to post every single day on social media. And this is coming from someone who used to be terrified. When I say terrified, I mean terrified of posting on social media, of talking to camera, not feeling good enough, comparing my page 1 to someone's page 20 who had been in the game for years. And it's really been a beautiful transformation over the past year for me where there have been many months in 2025 where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna post every day this month just because. Like just because, whether it was because I needed to rebuild that habit again, whether it was because I had a content series to get out, or whether it was because I just needed to challenge myself in one way or another. And so prior to 2025, I really only posted pictures, and like sometimes I would post like video recaps, but you never heard my voice. Like you never actually saw me talking face to camera. But I knew that that was something that that was a muscle that I wanted to build in 2025. And so January 2025, I decided to do this 30-day challenge where I posted every single day on Instagram. And of course, there were days I didn't feel like it. Of course, there were days where I didn't know what to say. Of course, there were days where I was like, girl, you look crazy. But the video had to get out. And so that goes into my very first tip, which is to start a 30-day challenge where your sole responsibility is to post. It is not to hit a certain amount of likes. It is not to hit a certain amount of comments. It is not to get a certain amount of DMs. Like you're in this motion of getting in momentum to build a habit. That is step 1. And with step 1, you need to have an accountability buddy because who gonna check you? I was lucky to have a built-in accountability buddy in-house, my husband, who is also a content creator. He is an OG content creator back from the Vine days. And so he's always been in my ear like, babe, you can do it. Like just pick up the phone, record, post, and move on with your day. But I always gave an excuse. I always felt as though it wasn't perfect enough. Like my drafts were always full. Those gigabytes in my phone were adding up because like the drafts were being saved but not actually posted. And January of last year, I got to a point where I was like, Brian, enough is enough. So with Darian being my accountability buddy, he knows that there's 2 types of accountability you can have, right? You can either look towards a positive reward where, if I do finish this challenge and I get to, go on a vacation, or I get to buy a bag, or I get to go out to eat at my favorite restaurant. Or you have the punishment where if you don't do this challenge, then you're gonna have to do something that you don't enjoy, like running outside in the cold or having to pay someone money. And I remember when I told him I was doing the challenge, I was like, babe, you already know I love to indulge. Like I love to splurge. I have no issue with rewarding myself, whether or not I complete this challenge. So I was like, I need you to come up with a negative punishment for me if I don't complete it. And at the time, he was training for a marathon. So I'm like, all right, babe. Here's what the punishment is going to be. If I do not complete this challenge, I have to go out and train with you for your marathon. And mind you, his marathon was 2 months away. So he's running like 16, 18, 20 miles in January. Cold. And that was enough. That was enough for me to pick up that phone on days that I did not feel like it. Like right after solid course, some days I'd be like, hey y'all, I know I'm sweaty. I know I look busted, but y'all know that I'm on this, I'm committed. I'm on this challenge and I'm showing up. And that workout was crazy. And I would just like, sometimes I would have to let things flow. Other days I would wake up inspired or creative and just like know exactly what I was talking about. But with the sole responsibility of just posting, that completely rewired my brain, 1, around what's possible, but 2, got me a momentum for honestly the biggest growth spurt that I have had in Like honestly, like yeah, the biggest growth spurt I've had when it comes to showing up online. Where now we're going from Brienne just post this 20-second or 30-second video on on Instagram to now I'm almost on day 50 of posting every day long form on YouTube. And it's just like, it's really crazy what happens when you set stuff in motion and make a habit out of it and prove to yourself that you are capable. Because now it's like, I did the short form in January. Then in April, I was like, you know what? I want to do a content series. And so I did my Girl Get Up. What was the beginning of it? It's Your World. Yeah, so it was like, It's Your World. So Girl Get Up. And it was really all about girl, get up and go see the world. And I had different places I had been in 2024 that I had recapped on and shared, some nuggets, wisdom, experiences, all that jazz. But that was after I had proven to myself that I was even capable of doing that face to camera content back in January, right? So that April, when I did that content series, I did all the recording then. I think I might have actually launched the series in June, because from April to June, I was really like learning the ins and outs of editing on CapCut. June, I had posted every single day for 30 days for that content series, which then what ended up being the marketing collateral for the retreat that I hosted in November. Now, that content and me showing up that allowed people to experience who I am as a person, what I value with travel, how I show up, when I'm in other spaces with different cultures. And there was so much trust built there that I had filled my retreat by like September. And so people always say like, oh, you probably won't fill a retreat. One, good luck filling a retreat, but two, good luck profiting, of which both I did. And so now like all of that momentum that was built in 2025, now I'm like, all right, let's take it a step further. We know that there's so much opportunity on YouTube, but I'm also a very long-winded person. So this has been a space where I've been able to actually articulate my thoughts and not feel as though, oh, I have to get it within 3 minutes in order for it to be a reel that Instagram pushes out, for example. Or, oh, I have to get it within 30 seconds because people's attention spans are bad. Like, people are coming on YouTube to be educated, to be entertained, to be inspired, and it's like, it's a whole different beast. And it is really, really, like, if I were to tell myself this time last year, girl, you're gonna be posting every single day on YouTube, what? And I gotta give credit. I'll always give credit to Glow Atamo, Glow Graphics, because she has been the ultimate cheerleader, coach, big sister, inspiration, motivation, encouragement. I can go on and on. She's the GOAT. If y'all need more, I don't know, I would say wisdom, but it's also like seeing someone do it for real, for real. She's like 200 days plus in with posting every single day on YouTube, and it is so admirable. And I'm like, girl, if you could do it, then why can't I, huh? So that's big. All right, so cool. That's the first thing, is building that habit of posting every day for 30 days. Make sure you have an accountability buddy. Make sure you are reporting out to them, and also make sure that you're very clear on what your reward or punishment will be before the challenge. The second thing is getting in community. And this, like, getting in community can literally mean you and your bestie, or you and your business bestie, or you and your, I don't know, sister are deciding to do this together. All you need is one. You don't need to go sign up for someone's, Facebook group, or I don't even know what they use today, child, WhatsApp groups or whatever. Like, you literally just need someone who is on the same path as you and who is trying to get to the same goal of, posting consistently and showing up on social media. So yeah, personally speaking, I was in and am still in, why is that so hard? I was in and am in the life group. I was in, and I'm currently in, the Life Leap, okay? And that is Glow Atamo and her husband, Stefan. That is their community. So there were several of us who were taking on this challenge together, which made it fun, but it also, like, there was a reward at the end, so that was cool. And it was also inspiring. Like, while the goal was for us to post every single day, once a day, there were some people posting twice a day, 3 times a day, and I was like, oh, y'all beast mode. Like, y'all are really out here doing this. But that was the perfect way to start the year. So your year can truly start on February 19th or February 20th. It doesn't need to be January 1st. Like, please do not wait until 2027. So getting a community is huge. Now, the third thing that I want to talk about is just like what you're focusing on when you are showing up. It is very easy to focus on the person who's probably judging you from work, or the person from high school or college who is going to be like, who does she think she is? Like, this is so ick. Like, blah, 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 blah. Stiff arm. Like, leave them over there. You will have so much more respect for yourself when you do something that only few people are actually capable of doing, are actually courageous enough to do, are actually choosing to do every single day and committing to. Like, it's almost as if because again, speaking from someone who used to be a perfectionist on social media, who used to be worried about what people would think, like, no, you need to let them stay over there and focus on the people that you are serving. I hesitate when I say serving, because it's like that's typically like one of those businessy, like business coachy terms of like serve your ideal client. But it's really like it's a matter of the person who's on the receiving end of whatever content that you're sharing. And people will talk about having valuable content. When I was starting this journey, I thought that value would mean like helping people make money or helping people experience a breakthrough. But with the heaviness of our livelihoods and just world and country right now, value can honestly be making someone laugh. Like, you have no idea what type of day someone may have had, and they very well may just need a good laugh to be like, all right, let me get up off this couch and go eat something for the first time today while it's 5:30 p.m. Like, value can mean whatever, but it is just important that you focus on the person who is, as I said in yesterday's video, 2 steps behind you and trying to figure out, oh my God, like, how do I get through, I don't know, this job interviewing process, or how do I get through booking this trip, or how do I get through having this conversation with my husband that I don't want him to surprise me with having this conversation with my boyfriend that I don't want him to surprise me with a wedding ring, but instead, let me try this one more time. You may be helping someone who is trying to tell their husband. And see, we're going to keep this all in because as I said earlier, we are not striving towards perfection, and people need to see that you're human. So I'm going to nail it this time. You ready? You may be talking to someone who is trying to tell their boyfriend that they don't want to be surprised when they see the engagement ring that they picked out for them at the proposal. They may actually want to be like, hey, babe, I actually would love if we could design the ring together, or if we could go to a showroom and tell them like what I would want to see in my ring. I did a video about that with my husband a couple days ago. I think it was titled like why you should design your custom engagement ring or something like that. But like even that, like I remember being like, how do I tell this man? It's not that I don't wholeheartedly trust him, but like this is a big deal. Like this ring is going to be on my finger for a very long periodically time, and I want to make sure that I love it. And I can't fake the funk if I don't. So like stuff like that, you know, it's just there are people out there who are looking for the exact type of content that you have up here or you have in here, but you've yet to actually get out of here. So let that be a driving force for you, where it's like you never know, like other people's blessing is truly on the other side of your obedience. Other people's blessing is truly on the other side of you showing up. Did I say obedience? Other people's blessing is truly on the other side of your obedience, showing up, and actually getting out of your own way. And I've been on the receiving end of that, where I've had like distinct conversations with people, and I've been like, thank you for doing what God told you to do, because I was able to get over this hurdle, or I was able to achieve this certain milestone because of your guidance and because of what you poured into me. I've also been on the other side of it, where people have come in my DMs and said, thank you so much for sharing such vulnerable and honest content. Like, I needed to hear this, as I'm also on a journey of trying to show up intentionally and consistently online. So know that that's real. Like, that's not a fluffy mantra or, quote that people share. Like, other people's blessing and breakthrough is truly on the other side of your obedience and you showing up. So lastly, I just want to share, like, the aesthetic era that's behind us. People want to feel you as a human. They want to experience you as a human. They want to just know that, like, there is someone who is also flawed. Like, y'all saw how many times I messed up during this video today, and I'm still gonna post it unedited because that's the real me. Like, we're all human. We're all navigating our own stuff. But like, I think the beauty in those who are courageous enough is, like, when you show up and you share the wisdom and you share the advice, you share the lessons learned, you share your breakthroughs, like, you are helping people who are just 2 steps behind you. So I really enjoyed making this video. I'm probably going to go watch it back myself when I hit my next inflection point of being a scaredy pants and wondering if I'm enough. But to recap, first thing to do if you are looking to show up consistently online this year is to do a 30-day challenge with an accountability button. Let's try that again. To recap, if you are looking to show up consistently online this year, the first thing you need to do is do a 30-day challenge where you are showing up every single day. Make sure that you have an accountability buddy who will be either rewarding you or punishing you, depending on whether or not you complete your challenge. The second thing is to make sure that you are in community. It could be as small as one other person. It could be as big as, a friend group, but just making sure that you're not doing this alone. And then the third big thing is making sure that you are, from a mindset side of things, you're thinking about and you're speaking to the person that you're looking to help, the person that you're looking to serve, the person that you're looking to add value to, and know that they are the only people that matter. The haters, leave them alone. Like, the people that you're so worried about, honestly, are probably not even gonna watch it. So, like, you may see that, especially if you haven't done face-to-camera content in the past, you may actually see, like, a dip in your viewership. That is okay. I've experienced it myself, but views do not equate to impact. Like, some of my lowest viewed videos, I've had the most DMs where people may have not have been comfortable enough to like or to comment publicly, but they have reached out to me privately and been like, thank you so much for actually posting that. So lastly, just know, don't focus too much on editing. Don't focus too much on the aesthetic. Just focus on being human, showing up, and posting. Okay? Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. And because we are doing videos every single day, I will see you tomorrow.